Luckily, we won't have to wait very long for that study because I'm helping run it now at Lehman College in New York. Now, of course, when you do any exercise, there are a few basic technique guidelines that you should follow so you can do the exercise safely and effectively. For example, on a squat, you don't want to fall backward or fall forward, so you should try to keep the bar in line with the middle of your foot. You should try to keep a relatively neutral spine, although a little butt wink at the bottom isn't worth freaking out about. And you should get as deep as you comfortably can, because squatting deep does seem to cause more quad growth and glute growth. But the exact angle you point your toes in, the specific stance width you take, and whether you put your thumb on top or bottom will, in all likelihood, have a very small impact on your gains. These things can help you feel more comfortable with the lift, but the reality is, if you're in the gym squatting with a high effort each week, your legs are going to grow. The same goes for the lat pull down. Many science-based lifters think that if they just take the perfect grip width and point their elbows in exactly the right direction, they're gonna unlock a whole new level of gains. Probably not. Grab the bar, lock yourself into the seat, hold the bar down to your chest, control the weight on the way up, and push the set hard. If you do that, your back is going to grow, and technique refinements beyond that are ultimately just guesses. I personally don't have a problem with people making those guesses, especially if they're educated guesses. There's nothing wrong with telling someone to take a closer grip to target their lats from a different angle, or to lean back a bit more to target the mid-back. But if we're being real, pretty much all of training technique is so much more of an art than it is a science, at least for now. But coaching should be a blend of science and experience, so that's okay. But there's an element of perfect technique that isn't okay, and it's this unrealistic expectation that there should never be any change in your technique from your first rep to your last rep. Let's say on rep 1, you get the bar all the way down to your chest. By the time you get to rep 10, you can't quite get the bar all the way down, it's about 1 inch away. That means rep 10 looks a little different from rep 1. So as a science-based lifter, you end the set there. But if you do that, you're leaving quite a few reps in the tank. In my opinion, just because the range of motion was 1 inch less doesn't mean you need to terminate the set. That's why I love Sam Solik's style of lat pull-downs, where he keeps going even after he can't complete a full rep. When you're pushing really hard, some of your reps might look a little ugly. In my book, that's totally fine, but I do think you should still keep your form somewhat consistent from week to week for tracking progress. If your technique gets sloppier and sloppier over time, you'll still make gains, but you're probably not progressing the target muscle as much as you think. Now, out of everything, science-based lifting is most famous for optimal exercises.